that's what some people, that's what they think too. That's their opinion of it too. But for me, happiness comes first. I talked about the PPR. Okay, let's talk about relationship now. Okay, I'm trying to not to mention names.
Yes, I agree with the point, and also accept his point. Now let's do it like this. Numerically, if you gather, let's say is actually more. If you gather like 25 married men, okay, you can actually find 25 older men, right? Okay. 25 older men. I can guarantee that you can find about 15 to 20 mature men among them. Now,
I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't believe that everyone is not destined to be rich. I don't believe that.
The thing is a different school of thought right now.
The thing is, I've come to realize something, and the thing is, in God's provision for everybody, money is there. It now depends on you. For instance, in those days, our this thing in those days where pastors used to be poor, but it's different now.
Of course.
Do you know why? Knowledge is the difference. Those days, pastors.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another exciting episode of Angles and Opinion. As you all know, my name is Ayo Adeoye. MC Teka, the world calls me. And today I got another beautiful, awesome intellectual co-host in the building, Temidayo Akinwande. How's it going?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm my usual co-host. You guys will call me a landlord in this thing, but all is well. All right. Tolulopsi.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I remain Tolulopwe.
Okay, welcome. All right, so today let's do it like the general saying that says ladies first. Is that okay with you? Okay. Now I want to say something, discuss something important today, and of course, our previous discussions are also important. But at the same time, anytime you come to your screen like this, right, we have more exciting, more interesting topics all times. Today I want to look at happiness and money. Temidayo, with your church mind, if I present to you, okay, I might not be the one. If God present to you, that's
you said church, so God.
Yeah, I say God. Okay.
I'm liking God.
Okay, it's actually God. I can give you the two. Me, I don't even have the strength to do any of the two. So if God present to you happiness and wealth, or happiness and money, which of these two would you go for?
Quite deep.
Hey,
women and money.
Well, don't quickly conclude like that. You are too fast.
Maybe my own church mind is telling me she will pick money.
It might not be. But let's actually hear from her first.
Happiness and money. With happiness, you mean fulfillment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fulfillment, of course.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Surprised me.
Fulfillment.
So does it mean that you could prefer to be fulfilled than having money, or to having money?
Of course. You see, it's yes, money gets you almost everything in this life.
Okay.
That's why they say the love of money is the root of all, not money itself.
Not money.
Not
the
like
love
it.
Of money.
Yes, the love of it.
That's the Bible, not they say.
Oh yes, the Bible says, of course. So, like I said, money gets you almost everything, but not fulfillment. It doesn't get you fulfillment. Okay. For me, fulfillment stems from what I call the PPR.
Okay, so educate us.
All right. PPR. The first P is the personal value.
Okay.
The second P is, can you guess what it is?
Purpose.
Of course, it's your purpose.
So you smart. I thought I said this guy is smart.
I said it before the program started. That is he a psychic?
Why?
Because it looks like you're reading minds now.
Okay.
Okay, so purpose, and then the last one is the relationship.
Oh, brilliant.
And money cannot get you all those.
Another of fact, there are some places, there's things in life that if this people can get you there, money cannot even near it.
Of course.
Yes.
Well, when I'm talking about the PPR, some people who love the money, the love that I talk about, yes, the love. People who love it might argue that like money can also give you this, but at the end of the day, like Tenny sang
I would not even sing that
I like
song.
to sing it. I like to cry
I
in
don't like
my
the song.
Okay, tell me
I
about
would
it.
rather be crying in a Bentley or something.
Yeah.
I think the song, she was actually saying she would rather cry in a Bentley.
Okay.
So like literally, if I'm to break that down, she's actually saying I would prefer to have money.
Yes.
And not be happy.
And not be
than
happy,
not
yes.
having money.
Yes, they're not happy.
So that's just
that's
like
where you
what
lose
she's
that.
trying
Okay,
to say.
if I thought she's gonna be poor, let her be happy. Is that
No,
what
what she's trying to say is
she prefers happiness.
being
to having
poor
money.
is not an option.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
being
what she's
poor
trying
is
to
not
say.
an option.
That's
Yes.
not an option. So I would rather have money and not enjoying the money, like not be happy.
Not be happy.
Let me be crying every day
Every
and
day in the
be crying
Bentley.
in luxury.
Yes.
So
Instead
she
of
prefers money to happiness.
to happiness, of
Then
course.
kudos to you. Hey, kudos to you.
Well, that's what some people, that's what they think too. That's their opinion of it too. But for me, happiness comes first. I talked about the PPR.
Mhm.
Okay, let's talk about relationship now. Okay, I'm trying not to mention names
That's all right.
because somebody gave an opinion on social media, so I'm trying not to mention it. But
Okay.
this particular lady, I know a lot of people would know who I'm talking about. Married a rich old man.
Okay.
All right. Oh,
Okay,
you get
okay.
okay. So someone said in our comments towards her, somebody said that I like you. You are crying in your Bentley. And that's what many young girls, that's what they think. Don't get me wrong, I'm not condemning she marrying an old man. It's what you want. It's what this person gives you. The same thing a younger man can give you. You get it?
Yes.
What a younger person can give you. The same thing an older person can give you.
Well, in different
Most
capacity.
likely, you may not even get that
in
younger
different
guys.
regardless in different capacities. So don't
Please
quickly
come again what you
conclude.
said.
Like most likely,
Yes.
the reason why they go to marry an old man, they may not get it in younger guys.
I don't think so.
Not all the times actually, because for instance, research has shown that older men are more matured
That's not true.
in the way they think.
That's
Some,
not true.
like quite a number of them, know how to take care of women.
That's not true. That is not true. You would marry.
Okay, so he's
70
saying research. You're saying it's not true, but based on experience or what?
Yeah, I'm a married woman,
okay.
so I can give you that.
You're a married man.
I'm married and also man. So
But
Well,
at the
great,
same time,
great.
it doesn't mean that young men won't be able to do that too. It's not just common among the young guys.
Tell me that you just accept it, right?
The reason I said it's not
Older
true is
men,
this,
older
okay?
men.
It's not
Older
just
men.
common. It's
It might
not
not be
common
common.
among the young
Older
guys.
men, the truth is, older men feel there's nothing they're looking for that pleasure, right? So when a younger girl gives them that pleasure, they are ready to go all out to give this particular girl happiness. So with money, I must say. But with money. And for the younger guys,
Because you got me confused.
yeah,
there.
for the younger
Where's the
guys,
happiness
they
with
just
money?
come with one. Okay, if a guy could possibly, borrow money to spoil a particular girl, right? Or to want to present himself what or who is not. Is right, okay? Just to gain that validation from the lady. Regardless, the guy is pursuing either happiness for the girl or pursuing some other thing. But for another person, happiness. In fact, this older man, I'm not a woman anyways, but I believe this older man could even be asking the lady, hope I've not hurt you. Hope you're fine. Hope you're okay. What can I do to make you happy?
That's not true.
Oh, so sorry. From what you have...
Yes.
The
Because
way
at
I
the end
say
of
that's
the
not
day,
true.
Well, from a
you'd
woman's
think-
perspective.
Yes, you'd think that, because this person is old, really old, that this person should be mature. But
Okay.
I have realized with experience
There's some old
in this
and immature men.
in this my little existence,
Okay.
that age does not guarantee maturity.
course, yes.
It doesn't at all. You see, a 24-year-old boy very matured than a 70-year-old man.
Yes.
The only difference is he has had experience. But you see, in relationship matters, the 24-year-old man might even take better decisions.
So that not look like we completely digressing, but I need to make a
Digress,
point
yes.
here. If you look at it well, in all honesty, I agree with the point and also accept his point. Now let's do it like this. Numerically, if you gather, let's say actually more. If you gather like 25 married men, okay, you can actually find 25 older men, right?
Okay.
25 older men. I can guarantee that you can find about 15 to 20 mature men among them. Now, when you gather the same 25 number of younger men, I'm afraid you might not be able to get that 10 or 15 like that of a older man. So I agree with the fact that the maturity, of course, is not very proportional or proportionally directly, in the way you want to put it, to age. Is that okay? I agree. But in the same vein, you have more matured men that are in the older age than the younger ones.
Yes.
That's what I feel.
Probably because
Yes.
of experience.
But, okay,
Maybe.
I think if we continue talking about this, we are going to digress.
Okay, I must
into
not
this
digress.
because
Teresa is
it's
actually
a
high me. It's a long job. So I tell you that love
It's a
matter, love
longer
and marriage,
matter.
love matter, money, love, happiness, money, marriage, relationship. This is the long talk. So let's leave it like that. So let's come back to the
Yes.
fact that happiness and money.
happiness
You actually
and the
agree
money.
that, yeah, you prefer to be happy
Yes.
to being rich. Is all right.
Yes.
I agree. Tolu, well, the female version told us that she prefers happiness. Well, to the male version, I don't know, you might actually prefer to be rich than to be happy.
Well, as a male, as a man, generally, men would actually, they don't care what it takes, because it's as if when you don't have money, you are not existing.
Oops.
You understand? But in my own
I refuse to be poor, man.
But that's the truth. That's the truth. Especially in the society we find ourselves today. When you don't have money, people don't regard you. In fact, more like you are not even existing. That's the truth. Have you been in a place where you just enter a particular place and they gave you a certain reception, and someone else steps in and you'll be wondering, what's going on? What's the difference?
I understand.
Do you understand? But in my own case, I would prefer. The thing is, someone said something that, is it possible for you to have money and still be happy? You can.
Of course.
You can. So in my own case, as you have said, it's fulfillment. That was a question that I was pondering about many years ago when I was in school in a fellowship, and the question was, we're discussing marriage. Then our mama, she said, someone asked a question. She was talking about marrying the right person, and how, like, when God told you to marry this person, just go for the person. And someone said, well, I've seen people not marrying who God told them to marry, and they are doing fine. Like, they are doing fine. So I was like, that's true. I've seen some marriages like that too. They have children, they have money, they have everything. But with wisdom, she answered the question. She said, for every human on earth, God created everyone for a particular purpose.
Yes.
That when you marry the wrong person, you may have everything, but there is one thing you never get: fulfillment. And I was like, then we're still in school. I was in my final or second to the last year in school, and I was like, so what other fulfillment are you looking for? You already have money, everything. But she said something. She said, there is a talent God has embedded in you. It's not just for you to keep it there. You have to cultivate it. Then when you cultivate it, when you make use of it, then people will benefit from it. So that is your fulfillment. She now gave an example of, if God has called you to be a singer and you marry the wrong person, at first you might be comfortable with you singing around, going everywhere, but at a certain level, because he's not the man for you, you may start finding it difficult to really. Okay, for instance, you went to the studio to record, and you're coming back 9:30 p.m. No food yet. Do you understand? So you start having issues. So when it's getting too much, it is either you separate or you have to let go. So in that case, there is no fulfillment. So what am I saying in essence is that it is always good to pursue happiness, not pursuing money. Because at the end of the day, when you are happy, when you are fulfilled, you already have everything. The Bible says that the gift of a man makes room for him and makes him to stand before kings and not mere men. So when you are fulfilled, money will definitely come.
Well, that was quite expository, but at the same vein, to be factual, right? Happiness and money, they are two complete things. Trust me. And as a matter of fact, like you mentioned, happiness or fulfillment, in a way, it's also relative. Is that okay? Now, relative in the sense that one could be fulfilled in marriage. One could be fulfilled in career. One could be fulfilled in political pursuits. One could be fulfilled in what God has called one to do. To some people, when they build out, they are fulfilled, right? Now, if you look at this, and fulfillment as it may be, it doesn't seem to go all right. And that's why I see someone that's well educated, fulfilled in education, but not fulfilled in marriage. I don't know if you have seen that before. Yes, it's right, because they will tell you he's got PhD in that, masters in this. At 35, she's still single. So and such a person will tell you, I'm okay, I'm fulfilled. Excuse me, I'm not sure you're fulfilled. Regardless, when you said fulfillment brings money, I don't want to subscribe to that. Because if you are fulfilled in a path that does not have to do with finance, you might not have money.
Well, when I talk about fulfillment,
okay,
fulfillment as it is actually not your designed dream, not your vision. Do you understand? For instance, now, when you were created, there is a reason. God is the kind of person that God does not just do things, he does everything with a purpose.
Definitely.
God wants you to be an actor. Okay, for instance, now, if I ask you, what did you study in school?
Hey, what I study is far from what I'm doing. Let's go there.
So
it's very far.
What did you study?
Should I tell you?
Tell us.
Medicine.
Imagine.
Are you serious?
So you are meant to be.
Tell me about it.
It's a prank.
I would have said your mates are in the theater.
It's a prank. It's
You're
a prank. So, but regardless, I did a very resourceful and selling course. I did chemical engineering.
I thought you would say agric engineering.
Okay,
Okay, now you did chemical engineering. Now, what you are doing now is quite different from what you studied. You going to study chemical engineering in school, it is self-designed vision. You decided this is what, but there is a particular thing God wants you to be. That is where fulfillment lies.
So that means finding one's path is also key to fulfillment.
Yes.
Because if you are fulfilled in the wrong path, I mean, not far, it could be a waste of time.
You will think you are fulfilled, but you are not.
In this sense, you are not fulfilled. So that means fulfillment should actually be you being fulfilled in the path that God has designed for you.
Exactly. And when you are fulfilled in that path, there is no way money will not flow in.
Okay, now I got the point. Okay.
Talking about the fulfillment thing, you talked about being fulfilled in the path that is.
Hope the word can hear you. You need to use the mic. Let the word hear you.
Okay. Yes. All right. Like I said just now, you talked about being fulfilled in the path that is designed for you.
Mm-hmm.
I also want us to also look at it in this area. A lot of people get distracted. Like the money thing. You know, I gave an example of a lady and the older man. Some people feel like, oh, she's fulfilled that way. And that's distraction you get because of the money thing. There are so many other people that, oh yeah, I'm the MD of so organization right now. I am fulfilled in this part. There are lots of distraction. It could even be that have you seen men talk about their wives? They say, my wife. Especially when
with pride.
Yes, especially when they're in good terms. They say, my wife. They say, my wife is at home. Say,
the pastor once said, sorry to cut in. I don't like to talk about pastors, so sorry about that. But he wanted to start preaching and he was like, this place is hot right now. And the church was like, what does pastor mean? And the next thing he said was, oh, my wife must be here. Excuse me, like, okay. Because my wife is in this auditorium, everybody is hot, like the fire is on her. Oh God. Okay, God when.
So lots of people, fulfillment means different things. But if we sit down, if we sit to think about it, it could be distraction. It could be that they are distracted, or you are distracted, or I am distracted, and we feel that, oh yes, I'm fulfilled. But when you think deeply, you realize that, okay, I'm not there yet. I'm just not even there yet, not even averagely yet there. But I feel that, yes, I am there because I have all the money, because I have all the things I feel I should have in life. And it still stems back to what I talked about, the PPR. I think talking about fulfillment, we can weigh it with that.
Personal
What's your
value.
personal values?
Okay.
Yes, God has designed something for you, but what are the things you feel that I am supposed to be? I read a post about Mary J. Blige recently when she said, I used to take all shits, but I'm sorry, I am different now. Now I have started putting exactly like if you met me then and you're meeting this new person, you're meeting a different person, stuff like that. And thinking about it, then Mary J. Blige was, all of us know Mary J. Blige, and you'll be like, yeah, she's there, she's at the top and everything. But deep within her, what if she wasn't fulfilled? What if she felt like, yeah, I'm not there yet? What are your values?
And as a matter of fact, there seems to be many rich or wealthy people who are not fulfilled, right? And they will tell you it's not even about the money.
Yes.
Right? They are not fulfilled. There's a dream they want to achieve. They've not even got there. In fact, some people even tell you, I prefer to lose this money. They prefer to lose the money to being fulfilled. So apparently, what I think is playing out right now is the fact that fulfillment and money, they are two different things.
They are.
Yes.
Nonetheless, if you are fulfilled divinely, there is tendency for the money to flow.
Yes.
Not
right?
even there. Not that there is tendency.
Okay.
Money
will flow if you are fulfilled divinely. On the other side, if you flip it around,
it might not.
So it seems that both of you have a very.
God didn't create us not to have money.
Okay.
So if you are doing your God, like if you are actually in the path where God has placed you,
I hope you know not everyone is destined to be rich.
Tell me that the word is to hear.
I don't believe I don't believe that it's
okay.
I don't believe that everyone is not destined to be rich. I don't believe that. The thing is
a different school of thought right now.
The thing is, I've come to realize something, and the thing is, in God's provision for everybody, money is there. It now depends on you. For instance, in those days, our this thing in those days where pastors used to be poor, but it's different now.
Of course.
Do you know why? Knowledge is the difference. Those days, pastors, we believe that to be spiritual, you have to, when you are poor and you preach the word, means you are holy. Meanwhile, many of them, they've been reading the word of God, which is the Bible, and they have not applied it correctly. Wherever, anytime you apply the word, the Bible, when you read and apply it, the application of for instance, listen, I'll tell you that the difference between knowledge and wisdom, they are very close. There is a thin line, but they are different. Knowledge is you knowing something. Yes. Wisdom is the application of what you know. So now, God has embedded money into whatever you are doing, because the Bible says that money answereth all things. So if God is giving you a dream to fulfill, and money answereth all things, why won't you put money there? It is not left to you
Tolu, you are going very spiritual with this thing.
No, yes, I was about saying that, because not all our viewers are Christians.
But the thing is, let's remove religion from it.
All right.
God, as God,
the Almighty,
that owns all of us, is a principled person.
Of course.
Once the principle is applied, you get what you are looking for. It doesn't matter it does not matter the kind of religion you do. Even if no matter what you do, in any type of religion you are doing, once you apply the principle.
Okay, so now that one you mentioned now it's a thin line and it's valid. Application of a certain principle, you get the result normally.
It doesn't
matter how you say, where you are, all of those things. I agree with that. But it's still coming back to where we started from when it comes to that fulfillment and money. What I want us to realize here is, and I want people to actually understand, is to connect the rods. Does fulfillment, bring this happiness? Then happiness and money we are talking about, do they relate? So she's trying to say, you first off, you are saying that if you are fulfilled divinely, you have money. But she's saying no. Me, I'm saying that fulfillment to you might not mean fulfillment to me.
Yes.
Right? fulfillment to her might not mean fulfillment to me. And in all, I could have money and not be fulfilled. I don't know. I get to my point here. Well, I could have money and not be fulfilled.
Like what you are saying now, like what you're saying, like fulfillment means different things to everyone. But there is something you are meant to do.
By who? Who told me? How do I know?
For instance, now, who told you to start doing MC?
I started doing it.
How?
Talking. People were liking it, and I continued.
So that now, normally, your fulfillment at the initial would have been, once I'm done with this course I'm doing as a chemical engineer, you would have been seeing yourself in places. But as time goes on, as you begin to grow, that thing in you that God has embedded in you started showing up. So if you had gone to do chemical engineering, if you have faced your chemical engineering and you are not doing MC, you'll be happy, right?
But I could be richer.
You think you'll be rich, right? You'll be fulfilled. But sometimes when you sit down, something in you will be telling you like something is missing, and you won't be able to place a finger on it. So the
thing is, so what I realize about talent, we are want to hang from talent in now. You see, God's gifts or your talent can be used almost everywhere, right? If I were a practicing chemical engineer and I work with maybe NNPC or Chevron or Shell, that does not rule the fact that I could still be doing talking business.
You may be doing talking business, but you may not be doing it as an MC. Do you know the level? Like what if you are lucky? God willing, God helped you, and you are like one of the top directors. There are things you will not do. There are things you will not do, and there are things that will not even come to your table.
I get your point.
So, that simply means that wherever you find yourself at a particular point in time, find fulfillment there.
Well, that's exactly like what you were saying.
Whatever you are doing, find
that's what we try to do. You know, we try to find fulfillment in what we do. We just try to shy away that part that do you understand? We just want to cover it up.
But it's still distraction at the end of the day.
Yes,
I had one guy, many years ago. This dude was an extra. He used to play extra. I've not seen him play major on films. He still plays extras. And I had bigger gigs. I said, Lagbaja, I have job for you. Go on the set. I kept pushing him. I kept pushing this dude. One day, and he was a pastor. So I felt, you should have the kind of drive I have. Our producer knows the kind of drive I had then. And you should, everybody around me, let us all be great together. Yes. No, there's no space for mediocrity here and all. And this dude sat me down and said, I don't want to play lead in any film. I just want to be an extra. I looked at him like, that was the first time I would hear that kind of thing. I looked at him like, you want to be an extra? I said, yeah, I just want to be an extra. I want to play extra in films. As long as I can get those jobs, I am fine.
Okay.
And I watched this guy closely. As soon as I get extra jobs, I send it to him. He'll be so happy.
He'll be so happy.
He wants to build that character. He'll be so glad. And he still plays extra. Yeah, extra, the job comes in almost every day and everything.
Yeah. How much are you earning from being extra?
There should be growth. It wasn't money for him. He was happy. He was good with the level he was. So that was the reason I said it's not everyone that when you are fulfilled with what you're doing, that you'll be there. Okay, I know some people that, let me divert to Christianity, to religion, as you were doing before. Just a little. I will quickly.
Gentle on it.
Yes, I am going to be. Yes, of course, because of our viewers. Okay. I know some pastors who died as great pastors, great ones, but were not stinkingly rich, and all their needs were met in this life, supernaturally met. But they were not stinkingly rich. They had church members.
They were not poor.
No, they were not poor. They had church members who had oil companies, but they were not stinkingly rich. But they of course, this pastor didn't die poor, but it wasn't. That's what I was trying to say, that it's not every time that you see somebody who is fulfilled that is really rich, but it's fine. His needs are met. He's good.
At least they will be able to afford whatever they want. So that's where I'm going. Like, money will definitely come. Do you understand? If you are actually doing the right thing, if you are where you are supposed to be, do you understand? You may not be like the likes of Dangote or $10, but at that thing you are doing, at that level, you'll be comfortable.
Okay.
You'll be comfortable.
So that put to us that, or it is safe to say that when you pursue fulfillment, right, in the field you desire to be, okay, and you work in it, money will follow it.
Definitely.
Yes.
But not all.
Not in all cases.
Not in all cases.
Okay, you're contradicting yourself.
No.
You said
See,
money will follow.
Yes, money will follow. For instance,
So that means that time money
will
follow.
come. See, if you are not doing it diligently.
Okay, that's the comma there.
So
that.
you can't just say, I'm in my field, money will come. Money will not come.
You have to be diligent.
I wish I had watched this movie, and I'm still going to watch it. This In Pursuit of Happiness. I don't know if anybody have seen that movie before. That's Will Smith. I don't know.
Yes.
Now that movie, as popular as it was, in fact, as popular as it is, yeah, because it's one of the movies that people really respect, and I've been wanting to watch it. I've not seen the full clip. If I didn't had watched it, I would actually wanted to share with us, what it was. But I think one of the trailers, I think I don't know, Professor. Sorry, I said Professor. Producer, did you see that movie at all? You saw it, right? Can you give us a summary of it? If you know, okay. What are the co-producers, Slim Chi? Any idea? Oh, Happiness. Will Smith, yeah. Okay, and I was looking for a job at the time. It was poor at the time. Okay, and he has a son too, right? And it's been long. I can't even remember the movie, to be very honest. I can't even remember. But I know quite well that if there could be a title of a movie like that, so that means happiness is worth pursuing, right? Now, before we wrap up, if you are pursuing happiness, can you also find fulfillment in it?
Well,
in that,
happiness.
when you find the happiness, you can say, yes, I'm fulfilled.
No.
Okay.
Happiness is the root word of happiness is happening.
Oops, that's a new one. I'm just saying that for the first time. Happening.
Yes.
Happening.
So that is a continuous thing, I must say.
You are happy because of what is happening around you.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, happiness. Yeah, I agree.
You did something. Oh my God, thank you.
Very
like
commentary.
You were not here when I appreciated the producer. Every time I see him, I would always say it. Till eternity. One of my first films, he stood like a rock behind me.
Wow.
And even though some other things happened on that set, I was
Kunduz to the producer. Kunduz to the producer. Kunduz to him. Kunduz to him. Kunduz to you. Okay.
He stood behind me like a rock. And you see, anytime I see him, I remember that even without seeing him, there are days I will sit with my husband and I will discuss this matter. Like, this guy stood by me like a rock. What kind of friend can do this? And that was in many years ago. So that was happening. Oh, you give me if you give me 10 billion now, I'll be very happy. Billion, no.
Okay,
billion. I will be very happy.
Don't be happy.
But you just say something is
right?
So happiness is based on, if my happiness now is based on that 10 million, you
should not be happy.
Well, you better not be happy.
Can you imagine?
but it's fine. So that means that momentarily speaking now, that money gives you happiness.
Yes,
that
but
money brings you
insult
happiness.
me now.
And insult you.
Yeah, gotta
and
say something else.
That can actually help you to pursue whatever dream that can bring about fulfillment for you.
No, it can't, because
no,
happiness...
hear me well again.
All right.
I said if I make you happy,
okay,
by giving you 10 million naira,
okay,
you can use that money to fund or pursue what to make you fulfilled in life.
Yes.
And invariably, the happiness now becomes stable because you'll be fulfilled.
The happiness can't be stable because at the end of the day,
happiness is not something. It's about like
what happens around you.
Yes, it's
so
in
if
season.
That is it. That means
happiness is in
season. Cannot bring the happiness.
Yes, it's in season. It cannot bring happiness.
It's in season.
Yeah, it might. Maybe for
see,
someone
money gives
who
you happiness,
it gives.
and
let your even as okay.
The thing is this: when you have money, money gives you happiness. You'll be happy. Why? Because you can do what you want to do. Because there will be a lot of momentary happenings around you at every point in time. But deep down, when you are alone, when all your friends are gone, when you understand, when you are alone, something in you tells you that now I have money. So what's
next? Yes.
Okay.
So
All right.
What next?
I understand. But the truth is, we can't actually keep talking, or we can't even end this topic at the moment because it's a long talk. It's a long thing.
Yes,
but the person have been telling me we need to wrap up. All right. Dear viewers, we wish to continue with you, but trust us, in the next episode, we're going to be bringing you another awesome one where, if need be, we could actually run the part 2 of this section. But for the meantime, we have to draw the curtain here. But before we go, it's important for me or for us to say that in all you do, pursue fulfillment. Ensure that you're fulfilled in whatever you do. And invariably, right, happiness will follow suit. Money will follow suit. And in the end, we all be happy together. We want it to be fulfilled. We want it to be rich. We don't want it to be fulfilled in poverty. Am I right, guys? Am I right? So please, in all you do, make sure you pursue fulfillment, you pursue happiness, and in all, the happiness, you get money too.
You get money.
You get money in the long run.
So
you mean, in the long run.
They should not wait for the money to come,
No,
right?
Money will follow. You tell them money will follow.
Grab it.
Money will follow.
You tell them money will follow now.
Yeah,
All right.
it
So
will follow.
till you come out your way next time, please stay fulfilled. And like I always tell you, do not forget to subscribe. And importantly, click the bell icon so that when we have new videos for you, you'll be the first person to be notified. Stay fulfilled, stay happy, and get rich.